And we're live. Happy Monday, everybody. We're live from New York City, training arms. Arms, I feel I'm somewhat of an expert because my arms sucked for the longest time. So I have long forearms, high insertions. So it was really a struggle for me to get my arms to any decent development. Okay. So before we get started with the actual exercises, a couple pointers. I used to believe that if you do the big exercises, your arms grow. That's not true. Muscle growth is site-specific, meaning you want bigger arms, you have to isolate them. Secondly, the training has to be frequent, okay? So you can throw in 3 to 4 workouts a week where you touch on your arms, like 4 or 5 sets here and there, and add on. Greg, how are we doing? Everybody's getting good sound? Okay, good. The first thing I want to do is to show you how to curl, because you don't know. Okay? So there's a couple pointers. We're going to start this with a side view. So the thumbs go under. Okay? The thumbs have pulling power, and it needs to be under. So you're curling up with an outward intention, meaning like so. Always keep it outward. Okay? Why do I say this? Well, think about it. When I turn my hand like this, my bicep flexes. If I turn like this, it doesn't flex. So if your curls look something like this, you're not really doing anything. So thumbs go under, and you're curling outward. Okay? The other thing is also, there cannot be any shoulder involvement. So in other words, you can never do this. That becomes a front raise. And it's just not a good idea. Everybody got that? So the elbows don't really move. Like in my old gym, you were told you have to basically stand against the wall and curl. So the elbows stay steady and you're curling outward. That's the curl. Now I'm going to show you some variations. Greg, how's the audience doing? Good? We're getting thumbs up. So, one of my favorites is this. So you start the hand in the middle, curl. And then as you fatigue, you put the hands all the way to the inside, okay? So then the dumbbell can fall out even more. Now, remember what I said about the thumb? The thumb has pulling power, so when you fatigue, you can add it in and get a couple more reps. Okay? What's up? So, I'm not saying don't ever use the thumb, but like I said, don't start out with it. The biggest mistake people make is twofold. They start the movement from the shoulder, then the shoulder takes over and the biceps don't work. The other mistake is, and you all have seen this, remember this dance 10 years ago, how low can you go? Don't be that guy. If you are curling 80 pounds in crappy form, your biceps are getting maybe 20, your elbow 250. So what's going to happen, you're going to get an inflamed elbow, but your biceps will not grow. Okay? Don't swing. You can't, okay? It's just bad. Now, one of my favorites, and my clients know this, is the Zotman curl. So you curl up, you turn the hands, and you lower in a reverse curl. Curl up, turn, lower in a reverse. So basically, I'm not that great at reverse curling. So in the weaker phase, which is the up, I curl regular, and then I lower to get some extra forearm work. That being said, let's do some cable stuff. Personally, I love cable curls. Even resistance. It's the same principle. The thumb goes under, and you're trying to break the bar in half to do this, okay? If you can, write me, I coach you for free. You actually break the bar. So, again, there's an outward intention. One of the variations that I really like, and this is probably going to bore my clients, is the 3-step curl. So you start here, get 5-6 reps. I'm just going to do 3 because I don't want to bore you guys. Take a big step back, work more of the midpoint, and then you take another step back and you work in the contraction. So here I can move my elbows forward just a little bit. Okay, so you kind of work in bottom, middle, top of the motion. 3-step curl, gotta have it. All kinds of gains. Another version that I personally like is, you can do this at the seated cable row. So you start laying down, and then as you fatigue, you sit up and you go into a concentration curl to get some extra blood flow. So that's another variation. Again, outward intention at all times, no matter what you do. Machine, cable, barbell. Everybody following? Good, okay. Then, let's grab the band. So the problem with barbell curls is that the resistance lessens on the way up. So basically, you're not really doing a whole lot where you contract. So one way to overcome this is, if you're very manly, you can add the chains, but I'm not that cool, so I'm using a purple band. You know, I'm okay with that. You can make fun of me all you want. So now, the barbell gets heavier as we go to the top. Okay? Which makes the contraction obviously a lot harder. And then, again, as you fatigue, you lose the band and you hammer out whatever you got left. So band work, we also do some stuff for tricep. That works really well. So those are some basic guidelines for bicep training. Tricep. One of the staples is the close grip bench, but people always do it wrong. So there's a couple mistakes. Mistake number one, people grip too close. You should be shoulder wide. Okay? Number two, people press too high, thereby choking off the blood flow. The press should be here. Number four, people have the elbows too tucked. They need to flare out a little bit. And number five, people don't retract the shoulder blades. So what do I mean by this? If your shoulder blades stay back, like so, you actually work in your triceps. If your shoulder blades flatten out, the delts take over. So when this happens, you're doing a shoulder press. So to reiterate, shoulder wide grip, pull it forward, bring it to the lower chest line, let the elbows flare out about, let's say, 30 degrees, and then bring it up, the shoulder blades pinched. In a way, you want to be thinking like, I'm pushing myself into the bench, okay? So you're pushing yourself in the bench, and the weight goes up as a process, okay? So I'm going to go through this one more time, okay? I'm losing my mic here. Okay, so shoulder wide grip, pull forward, lower chest line, push yourself into the bench, and goes up as a byproduct, okay? The head stays down. This was just me talking to you guys. The head never comes up. Good. That's that. Another staple is the tricep press down. So the tricep press down also gets done wrong a lot, meaning you can't lean forward, okay? Like sometimes people do something like this, that's all shoulder work. Stay upright, tuck the elbows so you can stretch, and go all the way. Okay, get a nice contraction. Don't swing, don't step. Again, I like the 3-step. Here I would start all the way back. So get like, say 5, 6, 3, which was mostly bottom part. Then here, I work the middle. And then here, more on the top, okay? Physics dictate that you don't have much resistance once you're past 90 degrees with the forearm to the rope. If you have bad elbows or you're old like me, band press downs, they can be very gentle on the elbow and highly effective. So you can play with, this is a 70-pound band, but it's a bit old. You start up here, 5, 6 reps. As you fatigue, you slide down, get another 5, finish up down here. Okay? So that's some basic tricep stuff. One thing I want to touch upon is I mentioned this in the note, the 3-point method. So the muscle has 3 positions, right? There's stretch, mid-range, and contraction. Every training should cover all 3. Whether you train chest, legs, arms. So what do I mean by this? Hold on, I got myself tangled here. I'll give an example. So let's say for biceps, right? So you could start your workout with some sort of incline curl. So this would be the stretch, right? Making sure you get lots of blood into the arm. Thinking like, so we'll do like 3 reps, 3 sets, 10, 12 or so, okay? Then my next exercise would be something midpoint. Personally, I like close grip pull-ups for that. Weighted, so as the name indicates, you go really close. And you work in your biceps and your lats, obviously, at a higher workload. And then the last part would be the contraction. Well, obviously, reconcentration curl. So we'd be grabbing this. I won't even go into the full range of motion. So and then in the workout I have everything covered. Makes sense, right? Okay, let's do this for triceps. So for triceps, again, there's many options. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but I like a deep stretch. To go here, stretch the tris out, but it could also be an overhead extension at the cable. Oh, by the way, never ever do underhanded press downs. The triceps can't work properly, it's a waste of time. Power exercise. Could be dips, could be a close grip bench. Since we're here, I'll be just working with dumbbells. So again, elbows flare, push myself into the bench. So the power exercise, that would be the main meat and potatoes. I like weighted dips. I like close grip floor press. Bench press. Now we have the contraction left. For that, I like kickbacks a lot. So normally people do them like this. That's wrong. It's not wrong, but it's ineffective, because if you lean forward this much, you're spending all your energy keeping the arm from falling. So your shoulder works too much. It's much more effective if you bend over a little bit like so, push the elbows back, and then just really work on the contraction. Now with kickbacks, you have to lock out, because that's where it happens, right? So that's the 3-point method. Again, there's variations. Execution, remember, thumbs under, pushing, put yourselves into the bench, curling, break the bar apart, train your arms often, and look, if I can develop decent arms, then I'm sure you guys can too, okay? Wednesday, we do an arm workout, all out, Männer, Muskeln, arms, will be great. Tune back in, okay? Thanks, guys.